We live in an age that demands physical proof. We want to touch, see, and hold reality. Yet, we remain fascinated by the ancient concept of manifestation, the idea that a thought can somehow harden into matter. To many, it sounds like magic. But look closer at the world we've built. The perfect modern metaphor for manifestation isn't mystical at all. It is purely mechanical. It sits on our desks. It is the 3D printer. And its journey from data to matter follows the exact blueprint of human creation. Every physical creation begins in the vacuum of non-existence. In 3D printing, before a single motor moves, there must be a digital blueprint, a CAD file, precise down to the millimeter. Without this exact design, the machine is paralyzed. This is your conscious intention. Manifestation demands a clear, detailed vision. A vague desire, simply wishing for something good, yields only chaos, or worse, a failed print. You cannot build what you cannot clearly define. But the printer cannot read a grand vision. It needs a translator. Enter the slicing software. It takes the beautiful 3D model and dissects it into millions of tiny, actionable lines of code. G-code. This is your subconscious mind. It takes your grand conscious desires and translates them into the underlying languages of reality. Core beliefs, emotional frequencies, and automatic behaviors. It breaks the dream down into a script for your reality to follow. But data alone creates nothing. A printer cannot build from thin air. It requires raw material. It requires filament, plastic, resin, or metal. In the human theater, filament is your energy, your emotion, and your inspired action. Manifestation is not a spectator sport. It isn't magic. You must feed the process with consistent focus, emotional investment, and real-world effort. Action is the physical matter of your thoughts. To reshape reality, you have to turn up the heat. The printer's extruder must reach scorching temperatures to melt the rigid filament, allowing it to flow and adapt. This heat is your passion and your absolute belief. High emotional resonance melts your internal resistance. It takes your cold, rigid fears and transforms them into a fluid energy that can finally be molded into something new. And then, the test of patience begins. A 3D printer builds objects layered by agonizing layer. If you watch it by the second, it looks like a standstill. It takes thousands of repetitive passes to see a shape emerge. This is the law of gradual growth. Change rarely happens in a lightning strike. It happens in a sequence. Your daily habits, your small wins, your routine thoughts, these are the microscopic layers. They build upon each other sequentially until the final result solidifies in your physical reality. But the entire operation hinges on a single, critical factor: the print bed. The object must adhere firmly to a stable, leveled base. If the foundation shifts by even a fraction of a millimeter, the print fails, warping into a tangled, useless nest of plastic spaghetti. The print bed is your present moment. To manifest, you must remain firmly anchored in the now, rooted in stability and gratitude. If you drift into anxiety about the future or regret about the past, your foundation shifts and the reality you are trying to build collapses. The machine does not doubt the blueprint. It does not panic during the hours it spends printing nothing but the base. It simply executes the code, layer by layer, until the invisible becomes tangible. You are both the designer and the machine. Define your blueprint, align your mind, feed the fire, and watch as the invisible world inside you hardens into the reality around you.